Alright guys, so this is another Patreon request, and this one comes from, he changed his name. It used to be Captain Omni, and I'm still getting used to the new name. So, this comes from, hang on, I gotta remember his name. It's Captain, shit. Omni, I know you're changing. I know you changed your name and all, but like, it's really hard to remember. Vern Lunar. I thought it was Van Lunar, but Vern Lunar. So Captain Lunar asked me to do. This was a while ago, and while we're about to ring in the new year, let's ring it in with some holiday fears. And this is, you can see, a Toxic Avenger Halloween crossover. Yeah. Vern Lunar asked me to do this as a Patreon request, which I've been meaning to get to for a while. Yeah, and as always, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. Anyway, so Vern Lunar asked me to do this Toxic Avenger Halloween crossover after, what else? How fucking bad the, Halloween Ends was. Like, that's really what it is that, like, how fucking bad Halloween Ends was. And I can try, and believe me when I say, yes, he was very justified in contacting me and asking me to do this as a video. So I was like, you know what? Yeah. So, this video is, so this, if you're wondering where in the what timeline we're going to be using for this video, this video is like this timeline. We're going to be using the Halloween 2040, the Halloween 40 years later timeline, and in here we're going to be talking about, like, it's set in between the 4-year timeline before between kills and ends. So in this, Michael has left. He's left Haddonfield. He has long departed Haddonfield, and he's more or less just been going on this long, like, journey further east. Like, he's going, like, he's been traveling east ever since the events of Halloween Kills, and he's been more or less leaving a trail of bodies wherever he goes. The problem is that no one realizes that this is Michael Myers. Now, yeah, there are some conspiracy theories like, oh, maybe it's Michael killing people left and right. Like, maybe that's what's happening, is that it's Michael. It's Michael Myers doing all the killing, and he's just been, you know, murdering people left and right during all of this. Like, maybe that's what it is that maybe Michael has been going around killing people this whole time. But it's more like people are just seeing this as, like, it's either like homeless people or just people who shouldn't have been out at that late at night. So they're thinking either it's like a drifter or someone else. Like, that's the official police report, is that it's more the work of someone who isn't Michael. And part of it is because, like, they don't, like, most of the cops don't want to be like, maybe they don't want to even entertain the thought if it really is Michael Myers. Like, they don't even want to, like, give that even a chance to be a thing. It is still like a fringe conspiracy theory, and even like at police interviews across the states that all these killings have been taking place, they're even like, could this be Michael Myers, sir? We do not believe that this is Michael Myers. And when they get off, they're like, holy shit, we can't even, like, I don't, because they know, like, what happened in Haddonfield. That shit didn't get, like, that shit wasn't exactly, like, forgotten, or, like, yeah, because realistically, do you not think that, like, something that horrific in one night, that massive, that is such a massive killing from one guy, is not going to get reported and be noted across the world? So, I mean, across the country? Yeah. So now Michael is, like, the boogeyman, going around, is just going further east until he's end up in New Jersey. Now, at this time, the land of New Jersey has its own protector, and that, of course, is the Toxic Avenger. Melvin's been doing pretty good for himself. He's been more or less brutally killing any drug dealers or pushers that show up in his home. Like, anyone that shows up in his home city, he goes to work on them, and everyone's like, ha ha, are you saying we should go to to New Jersey to peddle drugs or, you know, kidnap children to use as sex slaves. Nah, man, I'm not dealing with the toxic Avenger. So Melvin's been doing really good being the brutal protector of the city. But one night, I can't remember what city it is. I think it's Hoboken. No, it's Tromaville. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've watched Toxic Avenger. But hey, it's the first time I've ever talked about Toxic Avenger. That was another reason why I wanted to really do this. So, Tromaville has reported a brutal death of this young couple, and they appear to be they're stabbed to death brutally. And Melvin gets word of this, and he's like, there's a new player in town, and I don't think he's like, yeah, I kill people, and the cops don't like me for brutally murdering people, but I don't go around brutally killing people like that. Even the cops are like, it's got to be the Toxic Avenger. Like, it has to be that fucker who's been goes around killing people. Maybe he's finally snapped. So now there's an APB out for the Toxic Avenger. Little do they know that death has shown up in the little town of Tromaville. It's the night he's come to Tromaville. The boogeyman is in the Toxic Avenger's backyard. So Melvin is like trying to figure out what on earth is going on. Like, he's trying to piece together what exactly is like, he's trying to figure out what exactly is going on. He's trying to figure out like who or what is behind these brutal killings. Like, he's just trying to piece together all the notes and whatnot. But however, what he does discover is that one night while he's on patrol, he comes across this woman just getting murdered by Michael Myers, and he's like, holy shit, that's Michael Myers. So when he goes to face him, Michael just turns, looks at him, like, and he's like, yeah, it's me, Spooky. And you just thought, and I thought I was ugly. That mask, I need that mask. So the two get into a fight, and Melvin at first thinks, I've got the strength, I've got the speed, I've got the agility and the youth behind me to stand, to hold up my own against this old fuck. So they're fighting, and Melvin realizes that Michael, he's pretty fucking strong. Like, he's actually a lot stronger than originally thought. So the two do battle until eventually the cops show up and Michael leaves the scene, and they all like, Toxic Avenger, put your hands up, and he's like, guys, you literally just saw Michael Myers, and they're like, yeah, but we're not crazy enough to go after Michael. You, however. So Melvin has to leave, and he's like, no, nice to know the boys in blue. My attackers are going to a nice place with the boys in blue, right? So it becomes like a cat and mouse game from here on out between Michael and Melvin. The two like clash across Tromaville, and there's just a body count left and right. Like, there's just a straight up, like, it's a fucking massacre left and right, no matter where the two go, and the two fight, and even Melvin is like, holy shit, this guy is fucking stronger than I thought. Like, he may be just a normal human being, but he's way stronger than originally thought. And the cops are even like, maybe we should report that Michael's in Tromaville, and they're like, I don't want to, and the police chief's like, I don't want a media circus more than I already do with that mutant freak we have this whole time. Like, I don't want to tell the world that we have Michael Myers in our city. So, yeah, don't bring it up. Until, like, so the battles between Michael and Toxic Avenger continue until the two face off in where Michael's been hiding, which is this old warehouse that's been condemned. So Melvin follows Michael there. The two have a battle. The cops, thinking they have both finally in their grasp, they're just like, fuck it, let's just set the building on fire and watch them both burn. Because cops would totally do that. Especially, like, I have a feeling, and also just to keep in the cinematic, like, they would be like, I'm not going in there to fight Melvin, like, Toxic Avenger and one of the most notorious serial killers, and also this mutant freak. Let's just burn him out. So the building catches fire until the battle ends, and Melvin, he hits Michael with a burning piece of wood and just buries him under all this wreckage, but then he has to escape, And while the cops are like they see Toxic Avenger fleeing, but they don't see Michael leave. So they think, well, we got one, let's just dig the body out. So when they're digging him out, of course, Michael reaches out, kills the police chief, and slaughters the cops around him, and then limps his way back to Haddonfield, setting up for the disappointment we know as Halloween Ends. So there you go, guys. That is my Toxic Avenger Halloween crossover. Thank you, Captain Vern Lunar, for your for this Patreon request and your continued patronage. And like I said, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon for and just hit the 4th tier where you guys can start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.